Yesterday, we watched Abe and Lisa wait 15 years for a miracle. Today, we listen. What do you do when God asks you to give back what he gave you? They name him Ian. Lisa holds him, counts his fingers, his toes, memorizes his face. Eli leans over the hospital bed. He's so small. You were too, Lisa says. Abe can't stop staring. His son, his biological son, the one they waited 15 years for. Grandpa Jack was right. Many descendants. Ian is 6 months old, healthy, happy, always smiling. Lisa's back at work part-time. But now when she delivers babies, she goes home to her own. Abe's business is thriving. Builder's Cornerstone Supply now has locations across 3 states. Eli's in kindergarten, obsessed with being a big brother, always wanting to hold Ian, feed him, make him laugh. Life is good. Better than good. Perfect. It's a Tuesday afternoon when Abe's phone rings. Unknown number, New York area code. He almost doesn't answer. Hello? Is this Abe Brams? A woman's voice, professional, cold. Yes? This is Mount Sinai Hospital in Manhattan. I'm calling about your father. Abe's chest tightens. He hasn't spoken to his father in over 15 years. What about him? He's in critical condition, end-stage liver failure. We've placed him on the transplant list, but Mr. Brams, I need to be honest. At his age and condition, he's very low priority. Without a living donor, he has maybe 3 weeks. Silence. Why are you calling me? The woman hesitates. You're listed as his emergency contact. You and a nephew? Japhet Brams? I haven't spoken to my father since I left New York. I understand, but there's something else. She pauses. There's a new experimental procedure, infant liver donation. It's incredibly risky, but you have a 6-month-old son, correct? Abe's blood runs cold. How do you? The donor medical team did a cross-reference. Your son is a match, a perfect match. What are you saying? The procedure would require a portion of your son's liver. The regeneration rate in infants is remarkable, but she trails off. The survival rate for infant donors in this procedure is 1%, maybe less. Abe can't breathe. You're asking me to kill my son to save my father? I'm giving you information, Mr. Brams. What you do with it is your choice, but your father has 3 weeks, maybe less. She hangs up. Abe stands there, phone in hand, staring at nothing. He doesn't tell Lisa right away. He prays all night, pacing the house while his family sleeps. God, this can't be you. Tell me this isn't you. But the knowing, the same knowing that said, move 15 years ago, won't leave. Go, take Ian, save your father. No, Abe's voice breaks. You gave me this child. You promised. 15 years I waited, and now you want me to? He can't finish. He thinks about his father, the last words they spoke. Don't expect me to be there when this falls apart. His father never called, never apologized. Never met Eli, never knew about Ian, and now he's dying. And God's asking Abe to risk his miracle son, his only biological son, to save him? I can't, Abe whispers. God, I can't. But the knowing doesn't leave. Go. 3 days later, Abe tells Lisa. They're putting Ian to bed. Abe's been quiet for days, distant. Lisa, I need to tell you something. She looks up, sees his face. What's wrong? He tells her. Everything. The call, the procedure, the 1% survival rate. Lisa's face drains of color. Your father? He's dying. And they want, she can't say it. They want Ian's liver. A partial donation, but the odds? 1%. Her voice is hollow. They sit in silence. Finally, Lisa speaks. What are you thinking? I don't know. Abe. Her voice firms. Your father disowned you. He said terrible things. He's never met our children. And now he wants... She stops. This is insane. I know. Then why are you even considering it? Abe's throat tightens. Because I prayed. And I keep hearing, go. Lisa stares at him. You think God's asking you to do this? I don't know. Maybe. He runs his hands through his hair. Lisa, I've been praying and fasting for 3 days, and I can't shake it. What if this is the test? What test? What if God's asking me to trust him? like he did with Abraham and Isaac? Lisa's eyes widen. You think God's going to stop you at the last second? Provide another donor? I don't know. Abe, this isn't the Bible. This is our son, our miracle, the child we waited 15 years for. I know. Tears stream down her face. Then don't do this. Please, don't do this. Abe pulls her close. They cry together. But the knowing won't leave. 2 days later, Abe calls Mount Sinai. This is Abe Brams. I'm considering the procedure. The doctor, a different voice this time, is cautious. Mr. Brams, I need to be very clear. This is experimental. The risk to your son is extreme. We're talking about a 99% fatality rate. I can't in good conscience recommend. I understand. Do you? Because if I agree, what happens next? Silence on the line. We'd need both parents' consent, full medical workup of your son, legal documentation, and... The doctor pauses. Mr. Brams, even if you go through with this, there's no guarantee your father survives either. This could cost you both. I know. Then why? Because he's my father. Abe's voice cracks. And I think God's asking me to do this. They fly to New York. Abe, Lisa, Ian. Eli stays with Lisa's mom. The 3-hour flight feels like 3 days. Lisa won't speak, just holds Ian. Tears streaming silently. Abe prays, the same prayer Abraham must have prayed on that 3-day journey to Mount Moriah. God, if you're going to stop this, stop this. But if you're asking me to trust you, I'm trusting you. They land. Take a cab to Mount Sinai. Abe's father is in ICU, unconscious. Skin yellow, machines keeping him alive. Abe stands at the foot of the bed, stares at the man he hasn't seen in 15 years. Older, thinner, frail. A nurse appears. Mr. Brams, they're ready for you. The operating room is prepped. Ian's been sedated, lying on a table too big for his tiny body. Lisa's sobbing. Abe, we can still stop this. We can walk away. Abe's staring at his son. 6 months old, perfect, alive. A doctor hands him a pen. We need your signature. Abe's hand shakes. He thinks of Grandpa Jack. Trust him, even when it doesn't make sense. He thinks of the call, leaving everything, the 15-year wait. He thinks of Abraham, raising the knife. He signs. Lisa signs. The doctor nods. We'll do everything we can. They take Ian into the OR. The doors close. Lisa collapses into Abe's arms. They wait. 30 minutes later, the doors burst open. A different doctor, running. Mr. and Mrs. Brams! Abe's on his feet, heart pounding. What? What happened? The doctor's breathless. We have a donor, a match. Just came in. Car accident victim, brain dead. Family consented. Perfect match for your father. Abe can't process. What? We're canceling the infant procedure. Your son is safe. We're prepping the other donor now. Lisa gasps, covers her mouth. Where's Ian? Abe asks. Recovery, still sedated, but we didn't proceed. He's fine. Abe's knees buckle. The doctor steadies him. Mr. Brams, I don't know what you believe, but the timing of this, that donor match coming in at the exact moment we were about to start, I've been doing this 20 years. I've never seen anything like it. Abe knows. The ram caught in the thicket. God provided. 3 days later, Abe's father wakes up. Groggy, confused. A nurse tells him what happened. The transplant. The successful surgery. Where's the donor? He asks. The family wished to remain anonymous. His father nods, weak, grateful. And then Abe walks in. His father's eyes widen. Abe? Abe stands at the foot of the bed, the same spot he stood 3 days ago. Hi, Dad. His father's voice cracks. You came. Yeah. Silence. They said there was an experimental procedure, that your son, his father's face crumbles, you were going to... I signed the consent forms, Abe says quietly. His father stares. Why? Because you're my father. Tears stream down the old man's face. I was wrong. Everything I said, I was wrong. Abe nods, throat tight. I want to meet them, his father whispers. Your family, your sons. Okay, he says, voice strained. Lisa enters with Ian, healthy, awake, smiling. Abe's father weeps when he sees them. Lisa, I'm sorry, his father says to her. I'm so sorry. Lisa nods, guarded but polite. And this is Ian. Abe places his son in his father's arms. The old man holds his grandson, the child who almost died to save him. Thank you, he whispers. Thank you. Abe brings Eli the next day. His father meets both grandsons, holds them, blesses them. 3 generations, reconciled, many descendants. Grandpa Jack was right. 2 weeks later, they're back home. Life returns to normal. Abe's father is recovering, calls every few days, wants to visit soon. Ian's thriving, no trauma, no complications. The miracle remains. One evening, Lisa's making dinner. She stops, hand on the counter. You okay? Abe asks. Yeah, I feel weird. Weird how? Tired, nauseous, probably just a bug. Abe watches her, remembers another time she said those words 1 year ago, right before the pregnancy test. Maybe you should rest, he says. Maybe. She smiles, exhausted. It's probably just the flu. Abe doesn't say anything, but he knows. Deep down, he knows. Many descendants. That's the rest of Abe and Lisa's story. God asked for the miracle back, not to punish, not to test their limits, but to see, do you trust me more than you trust the blessing? Abraham raised the knife. God stopped him, provided a ram. Abe signed the consent forms. God stopped him, provided a donor. Same test, same provision, same God. And the reconciliation, that's the bonus, the extra grace. Abe's father, the man who disowned him, who mocked his faith, who said, don't expect me to be there, is now holding his grandsons, weeping, apologizing, restored. That's what happens when you obey. Not because obedience earns blessings, but because obedience positions you for what God wants to do next. And Lisa's flu. We know what that means. God didn't just give back the one miracle child. He's about to add more. Many descendants. Grandpa Jack was right all along. Tomorrow, Genesis 32. Jacob wrestles with God, and nothing is ever the same.